Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we achieved what we wanted to achieve. We're no longer using my cell phone to film. So we have the 1-inch. And we put an extended battery on it and put a metal cage on it. We have the underwater case and a 256 fast card in it. $7 million later. So we're going to take a look at the footage. So the main thing here is that we're no longer using my cell phone, which means we're no longer having to do 5-minute clips. So that's the main goal that we accomplished. So let's look around here. I filmed around. Here's me, obviously. Looks decent. It looks clear. There's a sensor in there, because I could see further down on trees than I normally could with my cell phone. Nice dynamic range. Nice colors, right? Realistic. It's not like this oversaturated GoPro look out of the camera. Yeah, it looks good. It has a single point focus, so that's normally not what you would normally, like your cell phone. You can press here and then it focuses on something real close. This is a single point, which means it's just always on, and everything, there's no focusing. So for our routine of data collection, we're not like making an art film or anything. That's excellent, ain't it? It's like one less thing. It's just always in focus. There's never any hunting in the video. It's not like looking, you know what I mean? So I like it. I think it looks great. The stabilization is great, right? It does just like my gimbal. Kind of like hopping. Here's me at headquarters. Dynamic range is looking good. Now I've sat here with like 100 different cameras. This very spot doing this very shot, and I can tell you that that's performing well. I'm looking. I'm like controlling it with my cell phone, so I'm like trying to get an idea what it's looking like range-wise. But yeah, the downside that I was having when I was getting ready to purchase this camera just now, after saving pennies for 1,000 years, is that it had a minimum focus distance of 90 centimeters, which right away you're like, well, that means vlogging, like you can't hold it up, you're not in focus. But 90 centimeters is actually the length of your arm, from your nose to your arm. It's 90 centimeters if you're an average human being size like me, 6 foot. So if you're 6 foot like me, then you don't really have a big deal to worry about it. And besides, it's not like this blurred out like you would think. I don't know, it's not like you would think. And then besides the fact that you could just get a close-up lens, you know, there's like little thin things that go over it. It's like, it looks like it's as thin as like an ND filter, you know, like attachment. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not like a lens. Of course, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, you just put those over it, and you're full focus all the way up to like 2 inches away from the camera. So for 40 bucks, if that's your real issue, which I'm going to solve that problem. I'll show you the video. I'll make a little, well, I don't know if I'll make a video about it, but I'll show you when I do that. Besides, we're not noticing it like as much as you would think. So yeah, that was the only downside that I had with this, was that. But again, the workaround of just putting a close-up lens over it. I've seen the footage. I've looked at the screenshots of with and without it. It's all sharp. It all looks good. I don't know. I think it looks good. He was using a good one too. It wasn't just a cheap one. So, I don't know. That problem solved. So I'm not that worried about it as I was before and as you would think. Besides, 90 centimeters, when I hold my arm out, that's 90 centimeters, so. And it's not completely out of focus, anything underneath 90 centimeters. It actually looks normal focus at around 60. You wouldn't be able to super tell that much. So yeah, not a big deal. So I don't know, I'm pretty happy. Everything looks good. We got our dynamic range, we got our stabilization, and the main thing, basically the only thing, is that we no longer have to do 5-minute clips. You know how wonderful it is just to turn on the camera and just go walking? Go hike around and not have to, like, every 5 minutes do this, hit the button again, hit the button again. Like, that sucked, you know? It made it not fun, made me not want to do it. I just want to turn it on, ramble, and just start hiking. And just forget about the camera, you know, in that fashion. But, well, that's what we achieved. I appreciate the $53 that people donated. We made it happen. Told you I would cover the rest. The insta360 1R is $550 with tax. Shipping, it's about $600. So $600 for the camera starter, and then $50 for the 256 SD fast SD card, obviously. And then that we had to put a bigger battery on it, well, the regular size battery on it, which is $50. And the cage then, because we changed size of the battery, switched to metal for safety. There's $50. And then I got the underwater case because then I feel better just putting it in the case and just going around and doing things. This way I don't have to worry about anything at all as far as impacts, protection of the lens, just everything. So ended up being an extra $250 on top of the $600, but nonetheless, 'tis ours. So we can move on now. We can just get to exploring. That's what I'm happy about, is that I no longer have to do this kind of stuff where I'm like fidgeting and talking about cameras and stuff. I like the set it and forget it idea, you know what I mean? Just turn it on and just go. So I'm working out like mounts and stuff now. Oh yeah, so you can add another $40 on that because I had to get mounts and things. I'm working out the kinks, but it's an excellent camera. It really is. It really is. It's nice. Having a 1-inch sensor in something that's tiny in the palm of your hand, it's pretty amazing. So it's working out and I'm happy, so it looks good. The footage looks fine to me. Again, no longer 5-minute clips, so the fact that footage may look better is just a bonus. Alright, so now we can do stuff. Now we can get after it. Let's get on with it then. On to the next video. On to, like, more videos.